Money's the hardest thing, even beyond the big stuff. Getting a job, saving for it, I don't know, a house or some shit. I just can't seem to wrap my head around it. It just seems so abstract. I mean, little bits of paper and circles of metal. How do you get it? How do you keep it? It's paper and metal, solid things, but it acts like a liquid. It runs right through my fingers. It's like I have a leak in my life somewhere and the money just pours out. We're just about there. Nearly there, just about. And for, someone like me, it's hard to have a regular job. My skills, they don't translate, man. It's all odd jobs, I guess. That makes sense, right? I mean, odd jobs for an oddball? Oh, well, here we are. That's it. This is where it happened.
Wow. That must have been quite a crash.
Well, any landing you can walk away from, right?
Do you think you'll be able to fix it?
Nah. I used to imagine I would, but you can't get those parts here. I mean, brother, when you crash your spaceship on Earth, you are pretty much shit out of luck.
This is Jared Axelrod, and you are listening to the voice of Free Planet X. Q, who I am calling Q, because he will not tell me his real name, on the grounds that I, and I quote, do not have enough tongues to pronounce it properly. Q does not look like an alien. What I mean by that is, there's nothing about Q that you would notice if you were walking down the street. Nothing not of this earth. Q has an unkempt beard and hair and walks with a stoop, but is otherwise pretty human looking. If you notice anything, it's that his face and hands look dirty, covered with dark smears and spots. But it's not dirt. Q doesn't bathe often because he can never be sure of the water. His skin is sensitive to copper sulfate, a common chemical added at water treatment plants as an algicide. Q's skin has a layer of fungal growths that allow him to breathe properly. That's what those dark smears are. Copper sulfate kills Q's fungal layer in the same way that it kills algae.
The first time I tried to take a shower here, I nearly drowned. Can you imagine that? Like a grown man drowning in a shower stall? But I couldn't breathe. I was suffocating. How do you people breathe without fungodermis anyway?
We mainly do it through our nose and mouth.
Through your mouth? Like where you eat? Ugh! Gross! What if your food goes in the wrong place? I mean, and doesn't it stop up your breathing? That must happen all the time.
It's pretty common, yeah.
Gizzled! No wonder you people haven't cracked interstellar travel yet.
This wasn't just about the necessity of the Heimlich maneuver. This was a common refrain from Q, the sole standard by which he judged our planet. We haven't achieved interstellar travel. And all the little annoyances of our lives, the inconstancy of money.
And that's why you haven't cracked interstellar travel yet.
The cacophony of rush hour traffic.
Look at that. Is anyone surprised you haven't cracked interstellar travel yet?
The fragility of mass-produced footwear.
How are you going to crack interstellar travel with shoes like this?
All of this was keeping us back. To Q, we should have figured it out long ago. The fact that we hadn't was more than just a statement on our backwards thinking. It was a daily reminder that all Q wanted, to leave, to be back among the stars, was out of his grasp.
I mean, anywhere else, I could probably grow some new parts. Here? Where am I going to do that? Where am I going to find someone who even knows what a Z-Greg thruster is? Much less has the nitroflan bath to grow one in. I am a prisoner of your gravity, man.
What did you do out in space?
I was a Kit Kat kid wrong. It's like, okay, kind of like a gardener, but like, I guess, what are those guys with the hammers? Not carpenters, but the other, what do you call it? A blacksmith. Yeah. Kind of like a blacksmith and a gardener, but I don't know, I guess like a chaplain? So imagine that, but you know what? It doesn't matter. All it means now is that I was used to be someone who had a plan, you know? I used to know where my life was going. I was going to make Fra Quep, be the youngest in the quadrant. So much for that. I was watching something on TV. I had some soldier guy on it, right? He said no plan survives contact with the enemy. I don't even think that's true anymore. No plan survives contact with life. Trouble is, life ain't the enemy.
What is the enemy?
Why does there have to be an enemy? That sort of thinking is why your lot hasn't cracked interstellar travel yet.
So what are you going to do?
I certainly don't have a plan. I'm getting about the same results I did when I had a plan, and that's 0, brother. I ain't getting off this rock.
Did you have family on?
No. That's family here is such a construct. It's like you meet someone, you like each other, and then you enter into a contract that's supposed to last like a whole lifetime, right? We've got a much more advanced way of thinking about it. Where I come from, it's almost like a casual business arrangement that you will enter into for a period of time as long as it benefits the both of you, but the moment that you realize that the benefit is gone, it's very easy to walk away from.
So have you entered into these sort of business arrangements that you say? Or?
I've had multiple partnerships in my lifetime. I mean, that's what it's all about, right?
Have you tried to start any such things here on Earth?
Yeah, I have, because I've got time on my hands, and it seems like a natural thing to do, but partnerships here come with so much. It seems like it's almost like you're absorbing the other person's life, and I just haven't gotten the hang of doing that yet. It's really so much here about the other person becoming part of who you are, and you becoming part of the other, and that sort of kind of synergy and connection is not something I have much time for or energy for, to be perfectly frank. I like bars. They're fun. They're a great place. I mean, you would think a bar would be a great place to start a casual partnership, but inevitably, you start talking to someone, and within 10 minutes, they want to tell you everything that's ever happened to them, and it's a lot to take on.
Do you tell them that you're from outer space early on, or is that something you hold close to the chest?
No, I definitely try to keep that under the coat. It's the kind of thing that I've learned. When I first got here, I was very open with that information, and quite frankly, I thought it would be a hook. But your people tend to get pretty curious about things that they can comprehend. Mm-hmm. But once you delve into an arena in which they have a hard time digesting information, it goes from curiosity to fear, just like that.
So, no, you haven't been chased through the street with pitchforks and torches or anything?
No. And that's because I do a good job of reading body language and getting out the back door. My landlord is just kind of coming around to understanding that, in fact, I am marooned on this planet. And I'm starting to work with her fairly well. That was the first relationship I established here on the planet, in which I really started to learn about the importance of this money stuff. It's crazy, though. Like, can you tell me why you chose paper and metal?
Convenience seems to be the main thing. It's like, it was lightweight, and once upon a time, the metal, the worth of the coin, the metal was worth that much. So you were carrying around a certain amount of money, a certain amount of metal that was worth what you were saying it was.
So at one point in time, your money actually had intrinsic value.
Yes.
Huh.
And now it is all figurative. It's symbolic.
Wow. So what prevents people from just creating it in their basements, or?
Well, it's a crime to do that.
Oh, okay.
So there's a fear of punishment. That's really the only thing. Also, it's a special paper and special inks and things like that.
The fear of punishment's real pervasive in your culture, isn't it?
It's a big part, yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Is that not how you guys do things?
Everything that we do where I come from makes sense, right? Any action that you're going to engage in is a productive effort in some way, shape, or form, and therefore a negative consequence is an opportunity to learn, right? We don't need an artifice built into our culture to actually tell us what we're doing is wrong and right, because experience shows us that.
What do you miss the most about your home?
I miss feeling as though I'm part of something. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I had a real purpose when I was home. Here, every day I'm struggling, it seems like, to just to live, you know? Just to, like, make it to the next day. And that's an exhausting modality. It really is. I hope, eventually I'll find some way to cope. Like, I mentioned going native. I thought maybe if I could just change the way that I'm thinking about where I am, suddenly all this will make sense to me. I mean, that's what I'm clinging to right now.
I have to ask, and forgive me if this is insensitive.
Go on, brother. We've come this far.
It's just, what were you doing coming so close to a planet that hasn't, in your words, cracked space travel yet? It seems an odd place to force a landing.
It don't matter. I mean, no, for real. It doesn't.
I mean, what do you want me to say? That I was fleeing an intergalactic fascist regime? Or I'm part of a scouting mission for a federation of planets? That I was out for a joyride? I mean, which one of these changes where I am now? I was a man of space. Now I'm just in dirt. At some point I'm going to give up, Go native. Join you mouth breathers. Here, I've been practicing. I mean, how's that? That's pretty good, right?
You fit right in.
Gizzle. I hope not.
Would that be so bad, though? I mean, you are stuck here. If that makes your life easier, what's wrong with going native?
Okay. Let me see if I can put this in a way that's not incredibly insulting. There's just so much out there, and you people, you'll never know. Because you're worried about, I don't know, like laundry detergent. You've got a million varieties of laundry detergent, right? It's a whole aisle in the supermarket. A whole aisle! Why does that matter? I see people staring at their laundry detergent choices, just staring at them, trying to choose. I think a lot of you are addicted to choosing. I think there's something wrong with your brains that gives you some sort of weird high whenever you make a choice. This one over that one. This laundry detergent over that one. This mate over that one. This religion over that one. This country over that one. And then it becomes paralyzing, right? I mean, what if you make the wrong choice?
What if you don't get that high from choosing? You're so worried about what you might not get, you lose sight of what you might not do.
Like interstellar travel,
Like interstellar travel.
which you've achieved.
No, I mean, on my own, no. But I've done it.
Do you think you'll do it again?
That choice? That was taken from me. But I dream about it. Every day that goes by, I dream I'm going to escape this world. Because this dirt, it ain't for me. I don't belong here.
The Voice of Free Planet X is written and produced by Jared Axelrod. This episode featured music by bendsound.com. The Voice of Free Planet X theme is by Russell Collins. This episode could not have existed without the performance of Will Schuford and the support of listeners like you. You can support The Voice of Free Planet X at patreon.com/Axelrod. Doing something new for the month of August, Jason Morningstar designed a Fangs Out t-shirt based on the previous episode, Living in V-Town. There's a link to purchase it on the Voice of Free Planet X website, planetx.libsyn.com. It's only available for the month of August, so if you want to display your vampire pride, be sure to get it before September 1st. The Voice of Free Planet X is distributed by Galactic Public Radio.
GPR.
Oh, GPR.
Galactic Public Radio.
Thank you for listening.